Okay, so maybe you've seen it pop up, Facebook user privacysettlement.com, or heard friends asking, like, is this thing real? It's a big question for a lot of folks. Is this actually legit money, or is it just, another scam doing the rounds online? Today, we're going to take all the sources and questions you've sent in and really try to peel back the layers on this website and the whole Facebook privacy settlement story. Our mission here is pretty simple. Cut through the confusion, give you the key facts, and make sure you're properly informed.
Yeah, and what's really interesting here, I think, beyond just confirming if the site's real or not, is how this whole settlement kind of shines a light on these really crucial bits about digital privacy, about our rights as users, especially now when everything online feels so complex. It makes you think about the long game with our data.
Right. So let's maybe dig into where this all started, the genesis of it all. The core problem, based on what we're seeing in the sources, it goes back to Facebook allegedly sharing users' personal info with third parties. We're talking app developers, advertisers, data brokers,
Yeah.
sometimes through APIs or integrations that, looking back now, gave away way too much access, and often without really clear upfront user permission. It was kind of a data harvesting situation many people just weren't aware of.
That's exactly it. And if you sort of connect those dots to the bigger picture, it really pushes us to ask, okay, what are the boundaries for using our data and what legal safety nets do we actually have? This particular case, it was overseen by Judge Vince Chabria out in California, and it covers a huge group. Basically, any U.S. Facebook user with an account between May 24th, 2007 and December 22nd, 2022. That's a long stretch.
A very long time.
Yeah.
Billions of people.
Absolutely. And it's worth noting, Meta, Facebook's parent company, they denied doing anything wrong, but both sides agreed to settle. Why? To avoid a really long, probably very messy, and potentially damaging trial. It's often a strategic play for big tech companies, right? Manage the reputation hit, avoid setting legal precedents in court, even while saying, we didn't do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. It shows the kind of pressure they're under.
Hmm.
Okay, so for a lot of you listening, the burning question isn't just, is it real? It's more like, okay, what could I actually get out of this? And this is where it gets really interesting. Meta put aside a massive fund. We're talking $725 million.
Huge number. But it's not all direct payouts. That fund has to cover other things first.
Right. Things like the costs of running the settlement itself, paying the lawyers, and these things called service awards
Yeah.
for the main people who brought the case. What's left over after all that, that's the net settlement fund. And that's what gets split among the users whose claims were approved. And here's the key part. How much you get. It actually depends on how long you had an active Facebook account during that specific time frame we mentioned.
Yeah, that tiered system, based on how long you were a user, is actually quite a clever legal approach. It sort of acknowledges that if your data was potentially shared for longer, well, that implies a greater level of violation, maybe more exposure. So it tries to make the compensation a bit more nuanced than just, a flat amount for everyone. It reflects that digital timeline.
Okay, got it. So practically speaking, what does this mean for you right now listening to this?
Well, the good news is payments have actually started going out, and they're going to keep rolling out over roughly the next 10 weeks or so. If your claim got approved, you should get an email heads up, maybe 3 or 4 days before the payment itself is sent. And this is really crucial for spotting scams versus the real deal. If you get a message or an email from the official contact listed on that settlement website, definitely do not ignore it. It's the real thing.
Right. And that brings up the critical point. How can you be totally sure it's legit? What's helpful here is that the court officially appointed one company, Anjin Group LLC, as the only settlement administrator. That's not just paperwork. It means there's one single accountable place handling everything. Verifying claims, answering your questions, actually sending out the money. It makes the whole thing trustworthy. Having that single court-approved entity really cuts down the risk of scammers trying to mimic the process, Absolutely. So, with Anjin Group confirmed as the official administrator chosen by the court, we can say with confidence, yes, Facebook user privacysettlement.com is the legitimate official website for this major privacy settlement. So yeah, as those payments are going out, if you filed a claim and got approved, keep a really close eye on your email for those official messages from Anjin Group.
Definitely. And, this settlement, it's about more than just the money. welcome as that might be for people, it's a really powerful kind of concrete reminder about our digital footprint, isn't it? And it keeps that vital conversation about data privacy going. It nudges us, hopefully, to think a bit more critically about how our information gets handled, sometimes years after we click agree on some terms of service we barely read, and how even small online actions can stack up over time.
That's a great point. It makes you wonder what stands out to you the most about how these huge tech companies handle our data. And maybe, what does this deep dive make you want to look into next about your own online life and your digital rights? Maybe it's finally time to go check those old app permissions you granted years ago.